Hello, good morning, or it's morning here, I think. It's almost noon. It's not quite morning here. It's morning in Jennifer world. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. If it's your first time here, welcome. I'm Jennifer. If you've come back again, you're awfully brave. Thank you. So last night, let's just jump in. Last night I was watching videos like I do, and Pixie Woo, I think it was Sam from Pixie Woo, did this really pretty look with the new Marc Jacobs eyeshadows. I'm not buying Marc Jacobs eyeshadows. I'm just too cheap. So I thought I would do something sort of similar. I'm not copying what she did. I don't have her skill. I don't have those exact colors, but it was kind of green and gold and kind of jade. It was beautiful. She's beautiful. We'll do what we can with what we've got. As is almost always the case, I'm starting with my Naked 2. Can you see that? I don't know. Just for my transition, I usually use the second color right here, just sort of to get me started. I have already primed my eyelids and my face and moisturized and done all of those things. And yes, I see it too. My eyebrows are today fraternal twins, not identical twins. I'm horrible at eyebrows. I just am, and I don't have good eyebrows. So it is what it is. This is a Real Techniques brush. Oh, I just recently got Invisaligns. For the sake of this video, I took the top ones out because they really affect my speech. The bottom ones are in and they affect it somewhat, but not quite as much. So if you are hearing a lisp or just realizing that I sound like a moron, I'm getting pretty. I'm getting my teeth straight. I blend a little more. I believe this is a Morphe brush. I'm not positive, but I think it's a Morphe brush. It just works well for blending for me. So the kids are back in school. They're not in the house. The kitchen is finally finished, so the contractors are not in the house. My husband thought this might be a good day to finally go work in his office instead of working from his home office, so he's not here. So yay, I have my house all to myself again. All right, next I'm going to go in with this, I think it's Makeup Revolution. See, I told you I couldn't talk. The chocolate bar palette, and I am going to see what we think about this kind of, I don't know, jadey, greeny, tealy. I don't know what color you'd call it. We're going to call it the one on the upper right-hand corner. I'm just going to work that just below that kind of caramel color. And I forget when I don't use this palette for a while that it's not my favorite. It doesn't blend as well as I wish it would. Some of the colors are better than others, but this particular one, I don't know if you can see in camera, but it's super splotchy right here. There's like a big chunk where there's really no color. Hopefully we can blend that out and make me look a little normal, or as normal as I get. Blend, 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 blend. So Houston, Texas there's another Houston somewhere? Surely not. All the people in Houston have been very much on my mind this morning. My good friend Laura's mother and sister are apparently trapped in their house. They are safe and dry, but their downstairs is flooded. I'm very worried about them. And my friend Jeffy, apparently only his yard is flooded. He got very lucky. But gosh, you guys, if you haven't looked at the news and seen those poor people in Houston, it's bad. I wish there was something that I could do other than just know that I'm thinking about them. It's really horrific. But I think I'm going to bring it for a little further in. I'm going to use a finer little brush. I'm not positive. I think this is an e.l.f. brush. It's just a little round, but it's good for getting right in there and just putting a little color just to bring that in a little further. I'm staying, oops, that was a mess, just above my actual socket to try and recede that hood just a little. Let's see if blending will help. That's kind of a hot mess there. This might turn out to be one of those videos that's unintentionally funny. A whole lot of my life winds up being really unintentionally funny. Thank goodness I'm okay with making fun of myself, right? Okay, I'm going to deepen it up, and I hate to do this. I think that this was limited edition, and I think it's long gone, but it's Makeup Forever, and it's the Artist Shallow palette, and I don't have my glasses, so I can't tell you the color number. It's M something, but there is a deep jade up here in the corner. Hopefully you can see that. I would be willing to bet, even if this particular palette was limited edition and long gone, I bet if you really love this color, Makeup Forever probably still has something similar to it. I love their eyeshadows. They are so pigmented. They are so easy to blend, but they're spendy and I'm cheap. Anyway, I don't have any idea what this brush is. I've had it forever. It's kind of just a little flat, stiff brush, and I like it for kind of detail-y work like that. I'm just sort of deepening up that outer crease and bringing it in the lower lash line. And I'm going to blend that just a little bit. I kind of want this to be a little edgy, a little, I hate the word grungy, but yeah, almost kind of grungy. I don't want it to be too perfect. In my mind, if you're using these kind of very vivid colors, it needs to be somewhat intentionally messy. Does that make any sense? It does to me. So what else can I talk about while I'm doing this? We can talk about the fact that it's not looking the way I wanted it to. That kind of really sucks. Henry the great dog is pacing around the house. He is not a fan of makeup videos. He hears me talking. He knows no one's here but us, he and I, and he can't understand why I'm talking and not petting him and not actively paying attention to him. In Henry's mind, I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve him. I'm going to put, this is going to make my mother cringe. I can see it already. When my mother sees this, she is going to cringe. I'm going to put gold eyeshadow on my eyelid. Yes, Mom, I'm using a warm gold on my eyelid. I know. You'll probably never speak to me again. But this is the gold from the palette right here. And yep, it's a warm gold. I don't wear warm colors ever, pretty much, but I thought it would be fun to just do a little subtle kiss of this gold, just because I like the way that jade and gold look together. I think they're pretty. They're fun. And again, yes, Mom, I do know better, but I'm a rebel like that. It hides. All right, I'm kind of liking this look. I'm going to go back in with another, I believe this is also a Sonia Kashuk brush. Had it for quite some time. See, it's stiff and it's got a real fine little tip. I'm going to go back in with that jade from the Makeup Forever palette and just intensify that along the lash line just a bit. I'm not going to wear any regular eyeliner today, although as of right now, I do plan to do a little tight lining. I kind of like this eyeliner look with just an eyeshadow brush. It's just not quite so harsh. But they didn't. This is my Ride or Die L'Oreal Lash. I'm going to do this little trick that I do from time to time where I put a little powder in my foundation. This is not something I came up with myself. Everybody's been doing it lately. And I am using the Wet n Wild what is it? PhotoFocus. That's hard to say with these things in my mouth. PhotoFocus. And I'm just going to put a little, I had this little palette that I bought from Amazon, and it came with this fantastic little, what do you call this? Spatula thing. I use it for all sorts of things. So I'm just going to, I love the applicator on this, that little drop, and I just dropped it down the side of the foundation bottle. Fantastic. Anyway, tap, 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 tap. I'm probably putting more foundation on there than I need. Then this is the RCMA powder. I hate the container that it actually comes in, so I cleaned out an old powder that I no longer use and put it in there, and I'm using about that much. Don't know what you can see on camera, but it's about that much. And it's about that much foundation. And that may actually be a little too much powder. I guess we'll just have to see. We're winging it. Living on the edge here. Okay. Once you mix that together, it's interesting. It kind of turns into this almost moussey sort of formula. It changes the consistency of the foundation, but it does not change the color. But for me, at least, it really helps with my gigantic middle-aged lady pores. I've got some whoppers, and it does seem to keep the makeup slightly more matte. I have mostly dry skin, but my forehead gets a little shiny, just a little shiny during the day. This is the Real Technique sponge, probably the 10th one I've owned. They are so good. They last for months if you keep them clean. And so far, of all the sponges that I've tried, this is by far my favorite. And I am just dabbing this in. Oh my God, do you see that? Oh, time, gravity. I hate that. I do really, really enjoy this foundation. It's kind of a medium coverage. You can build it up, but I don't like a heavy foundation, so I do not. I do one coat and I call it good. But it wears nicely. It photographs beautifully. It does not have any flashback whatsoever, and it's cheap. I think it's, last time I looked on the Walmart website, it was $4.64. Dude, that's some cheap stuff. And it doesn't act like a cheap foundation. It acts like an expensive foundation. My camera shut off again. Someday I'm going to learn how to actually really work this camera. I am not sure yet. I haven't looked at the footage where it shut off, but I did my lower lashes, lash line with some of the Jade eyeshadow. I did upper waterline and tight line with this Catrice liquid metal gel eye pencil. I really like these. And it's color 040, Leave the World Behind. It's just kind of a really neat green color. It brings out the green in my eyes. I like it. Okay, moving on. We are going to use this Flower Compact here. Lift and Sculpt Contouring Palette in the color light to medium. This is super pigmented. You've got to be really careful with it. But I don't know. It's about to fall off. It's very dusty. But lately I've just been enjoying this bronzer color that comes in this palette. Just for a of color, because I'm a vampire. I don't go outside. Just a touch on the high points here. I am not the best at this particular part of it. Let's be honest. I'm really kind of an expert at nothing. But this is a hobby, right? I'm having fun. This is a Morphe brush. It is part of a set. Did you see that shedding that just happened? I will never understand why so many people love Morphe brushes so much. Maybe I just got the cheapest set they had, and the other brushes are better. I like the shape of them. I like the way they feel, but dang, they shed like my dog. This is just the blush from that palette, and oh my gosh, it is just super powdery, but I like the color. I like the way it lasts. Lord knows I like the price. The camera keeps cutting off. Ah! You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye.